This is an excerpt from the great Elohim Arcturus from the Bridge to Freedom material on the use of the Scepter of Authority. I am Arcturus, Elohim of the violet fire of mercy and compassion, in which you have found some interest and solace throughout this embodiment, and with which you have experimented under various gurus and masters, ascended and otherwise, in ages that have gone by. I represent the power of the violet fire of mercy, compassion, and forgiveness that can and actually does change the vibratory action of the electrons that make up the substance and the form of any created thing. Beloved ones, this is as much a science as any of your sciences manifested in the world of form. This violet fire is a created activity that is intelligent and can be drawn by anyone. It can be drawn in, through, and around the physical or inner bodies, as well as around homes or affairs of a worldwide and planetary fashion. The violet fire, together with its directors, will go into action and render the assistance of changing the quality of energy instantly. If the inner sight were opened, you would be able to see the activity of purification of that flame as it passes through the substance of your flesh body, cleansing as it does the accumulations which you have drawn around the electrons that have shut in your light and have made you temporarily less self-luminous. If you could see that action and really notice the difference in that amount of light that is released through your physical bodies after the use of that violet fire, I am sure that even as sincere as you are, you would become more confident in its efficacy, power, and use. In the name and by the power of the victorious presence of God I am, I do consciously invoke and direct into the emotional, mental, etheric, and physical bodies of all mankind everywhere the violet fire of mercy and compassion to raise the vibratory action of those inner bodies and physical bodies to a point where the veil of Maya no longer remains, where they may see their presence face to face, walk and talk with the angelic host, the ascended masters, and the cosmic beings, where they may be restored to the earth the beauty and perfection which she knew before the veil of Maya was created. To this end, I have been sent forth this day by cosmic law. I speak to the waters of the earth. I speak to the substance of the earth itself. I speak to the atmosphere of the earth. And in the name and by the power of that violet flame shall you know freedom from the accumulation of the ages of discordant effluvia, and you shall know that freedom in harmony. From the greatest undine and the most developed salamander, the most developed gnome and sylph, I ask in the name of the I Am Presence, obedience to the law of peace, the law of balance, the law of cooperation with harmony in this universe. I speak to the sylphs of the air and ask the continued obedience to harmony, so that we may again create a glorious Garden of Eden on this earth, beloved beings of the elements, and your mighty directors, as a representative of the seventh ray, as the superior to the Chohan of the seventh ray. I ask for your added assistance from your realms, in, through, and around the earth, and all mankind and the great invisible realm that surrounds it, to hold the peace on the waters, peace on the earth, peace in the air, and in the name and by the power of God I am. Beloved ones, I bring your attention again to the fact that you are, in your very beings, a scepter of authority, because the immortal threefold flame within your heart is the receiving center of the electronic light released from your presence, which is the positive pole of the scepter. In the undeveloped, the flame in the heart is the negative pole, which receives just enough light to maintain intelligence in the brain and animate the body to function in the world of form. However, when you come to the point where you are going to serve great numbers of people and be the center of activity, where a great quantity of energy is to be set in motion, you will find the negative pole within the heart becomes a positive center and a focus of the scepter. Then you have the flame in the heart of the presence and the flame in the heart of the individual, forming both ends of a tremendous scepter of power, which is your own light. This can be qualified with any one of the virtues of the seven rays, and can be directed with authority and power to render whatever service is required. Your scepter of light connects you with your presence and can help you to hold poise and balance within yourself. When you feel that you are no longer a human being, but a blazing scepter of light, you can mentally direct the scepter to provide protection, illumination, love, purity, consecration, and ministration through the momentum of the statement, I am the light of God that never fails. Now I ask you to begin to build momentum by using your scepter of light. For the moment, block out the human form until there is only the scepter, which is light and life. This is the power which every ascended being uses. See that scepter become the magnificent blue of Archangel Michael, which is the power of protection. Let it descend horizontally over the heads of the assembly and move it fan-like from left to right over everyone in the room. Now back again, then raise it to its original vertical position. Let us take the activity of the golden ray and see that scepter become the magnificent gold of peace, illumination, and understanding. Place it again in a horizontal position over the heads of the assembly, and then fan-like, let it follow the movement from left to right and right to center, then raise it again. There is a substance that flows from the scepter as you do so. Let us take the activity of the pink ray and see the scepter become the beautiful pink of love. Then drop that scepter until it is horizontal above the heads of the people and move it fan-like from left to right, directing the scintillating substance as it radiates cosmic love. Then return it again to the position of the vertical lifeline. Now we will charge it with the pure crystalline substance of purity. Drop the scepter again into a horizontal position and start at the left in a fan-like formation. Let it pour its purifying radiation over the entire assembly, then return it to the vertical position. Now visualize the scepter in the magnificent green of consecration to service. Let that scepter descend into its horizontal position and move fan-like over the audience. Let it pour its power of consecration through each person and return it again to the vertical position. Then we will draw the magnificent ruby ray of the Master Jesus, which is ministration and healing power. It will be one of the most active of the radiations drawn forth at this time. As the scepter comes to a horizontal position, you will feel the radiation of ministration. Visualize it pouring from left to right and pour that essence of peace over all. Now return it to the vertical position. Draw now the power of the violet fire of transmutation. See that violet fire in the scepter as you place it in a horizontal position and use it fan-like over the assembly. Now return it to its native vertical position. Use this exercise daily so that you build a momentum of efficacy. Practice when you are in the privacy of your home, and if you use your hands, you will feel the added power flowing out through your arms and fingertips. When you are in public, it will take just a moment to draw the necessary virtue mentally. Of course, do not make any fanatical gestures, but make the call and visualize the radiation of the ray. You will see the response of the consciousness of individuals who are receptive to one of the activities of the 7 rays. You may not enjoy all of these activities, and you may choose to work with one ray entirely. However, it would be wise for you to experiment with all 7 rays and have them anchored in your consciousness. In the name of mercy, love, and light, thank you and God bless you. And thank beloved mighty Arcturus.